Hello everyone, welcome to this example. So we are going to look at 5 number summaries in Boxplots. So 5 number summaries for data is a great way to show some summaries of a center and spread and outliers of a data, and the box plot is a good graphical visual representation of the data, showing center and spread and outliers, and it also lets you compare different data sets quite easily, right? So again, these could be done by hand, but technology is a little bit better, quicker, faster. I'm going to do it both ways just to kind of show the process. But as you're doing the homework and assignments and case studies and projects, feel free to use technology to use it. You don't need to do this by hand. So let's look at our 2 data sets. So we have test scores for 2 different classes, A and B. The first thing really that you want to do is to sort the data. You want to sort them smallest to largest. So let's see if we can do that. Alright, so let's see. You're going to get the smallest number in the list. And I'm going to pause here and sort it so I don't take lots of time to sort through it. Alright, so here are my sorted data for the 2 classes. Alright, so with the sorted data, we can find the 5 number summary. So the 5 number summary consists of the minimum value and the maximum value at both ends. Then there's the median, also called Q2. And there's Q1, the first quartile. And there's Q3, the third quartile. So basically this breaks up the data into 4 groups that are equally sized. Okay, so basically, for example, Class A and Class B, you have 20 values in the data set. So the 5 number summary breaks up your data set of 20 into 4 equal groups of 5 data points in each of the groups. Okay, so it basically sorts it. All right, so to find the median, we cut this in half. Okay, so I have 20 in total. So the median is going to be between the 10th and 11th place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So here's 10. All right, and so 10 lower and 10 upper. So the median, because this is an even number and the middle doesn't fall on exactly a data point, you average these. So you're going to average 80 and 81 and you get 80.5. So this is the median for the top data set. Median. The minimum is the lowest number. The maximum is the highest number. Right. Now for the first quartile, you look at the lower group of the data and you divide that in 2. So there's 10 here. So we're going to cut it in half. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the middle doesn't fall on a data point. So you average these. So we go 69 plus 76 divided by 2. So we do this divided by 2, and we get 145 divided by 2. So 145 divided by 2, which is 72.5. So that's Q1. The first quartile. The third quartile, you look at the top half of the data and you divide it in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're halfway between 90 and 91, which is 90.5. So this is Q3. All right, so for class A, my 5-number summary is the minimum is 65. Q1 is 72.5. The median is 80.5. Q3 is 90.5. And the maximum is 99. Right, so we're going to do the same for the lower, for class B. Again, we have 20, so we're going to divide them in half first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So halfway between 80 and 80 is 80. So that's the median. We have our minimum value is the lowest. Our maximum value is the highest. Then we cut each of the parts in two again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So halfway between 72 and 73 is 72.5. That's Q1. This is the median. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway between 92 and 95 is going to be 187 divided by 2, which is 93.5. So this is Q3. All right, so for class B, we have the minimum is 68, Q1 is 72.5, median is 80, Q3 is 93.5, and the maximum is 100. Alright, so now we're going to use these to make box plots. Alright, so box plots, you can do horizontal or vertical box plots. Either way you choose. I'm going to do a horizontal one. So you want to start with the number line and kind of use your data to guide you how to mark it. We can see that our minimum is around 60, our maximum around 100. So maybe we can go from 60 to 100. 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. Alright, maybe I could have done a bit more spread out, but that's okay. Oops. Let's try again. There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's have our class A in blue. Okay. So we're gonna put a dot for the minimum. So we're gonna put a dot at the minimum. We're gonna put a dot at the maximum, which is 99. We're going to put a bar at Q1, the median, and Q3. So 72.5, there's a bar. At 80.5, there's a bar. And at 90.5, there's a bar. With the 3 bars, you make a box. And from the box, you draw whiskers to the dots. Okay, so this is the box plot for class A scores. All right, let's do the same with the class B. Okay, so we put a minimum, a dot is 68. And the maximum, there's a dot at 100. And the bars, 72.5. Right, the median is at 80. And the maximum is 93.5. Sorry, Q3. Draw a box with these bars, and then draw whiskers to the dots at the end. Right, sometimes you see dots, sometimes you don't see like little bars here. Doesn't matter. So this is class A. Class B. Alright, so the box plots let you give you an idea of the center and the spread of the data. So the center is given by the median. The spread, you can use the whole range as the spread, although that's not, it's influenced by outliers. So if you have values that are much smaller, much larger, the range is not very good to use. So a better alternative for the spread is the interquartile range, the IQR, which is Q3 minus Q1. This is resistant to outliers because the smallest and larger values do not affect the size of the box. So the IQR for class A is going to be 90.5 minus 72.5. So this is 18 units, right? And the IQR for the class B data is Q3, so 93.5 minus 72.5, and that gives 21.5. Okay, so IQR shows that the spread of the class B scores, the middle 50% of the scores in class B is more spread out, slightly more than the middle 50% of class A, although the whole range of class A is wider than the whole range of class B. The middle, the median, is about the same. Okay, so this is kind of more compact data in the middle for the class A. It's more spread out in the middle for class B. So you can sort of analyze it and compare using Boxplots. Right. Now let me show you how to do this with statcrunch. Okay, so it's a bit faster. Sometimes depends how you put your data in. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to select my data for class A. Come on, let's select everything. There we go. I'm going to copy it. We go to statcrunch and open it. Then we want to paste it in. Now, you can type it in, but you can import it in. So load from file from paste. I'm going to paste this. We have semicolons everywhere. This is class A. And I'm going to choose, unclick this. I'm going to choose semicolon and upload it. Alright, and it's going to upload it like one in each column, which is a bit annoying. So you're going to go to the data and you're going to arrange and stack. So I want to stack all these in one column. So I'm going to click on var1 and scroll all the way down, hold the shift key down and click on the last variable and compute. So that's going to put my data in this far column right here. Right now it's called var22. I'm going to click on there and call it class A. All right, and that way I can keep track of it. All right, let me do the same to my other data set. So I'm going to select the class B data. Come on, select. Control C. I'm going to go to statcrunch. There we go. And I'm going to load the data. Let me show the whole thing. Okay, load the data from file from paste. We're going to paste the data in. We're going to call this class B. Like this, and semicolon, upload. All right, and it uploads it in a different sheet. Okay, we're going to arrange and stack. Click on the first one, scroll down, hold shift, click on the last one and compute, and that's going to put it in here. All right, so I'm going to call this class B. It might be an easier way to do this, but I don't know. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I'm going to go to like an empty table here and see if I can bring the two columns together. All right, so let's see, this is the Class A data here. I'm going to select all of this, Control C and Control V. So this was the Class A data. And I'm going to go to the Class B data and select this whole column and Control C and Control V. This is the Class B data. There we go. So I have my two columns. It would probably been easier to just type them one by one. But anyway, if you have like a large data set, then this is useful to know. Okay, so we want to make graphs. We're going to make a graph, not stem and leaf. We want to do a box plot. So go to graph and you'll see Boxplot on here. Choose that. Now it's asking you, it's giving you the columns. You want to choose both columns because you want to plot both of them at once, like next to each other. So I'm going to click on Class A and hold Shift down and click on Class B. That selects both of them. Now you have some options. It says use fences to identify outliers. If you want to identify outliers, then you can do that. I don't think this data has any outliers. If you click Compute Now, it will draw the boxes vertically. If you click this, it will draw it horizontally, just like we drew it by hand. So I'm going to do it horizontally and click Compute. There you go. So here is the scale. It went from 60 to 100, and here's the two box plots. And here's the two box plots that I drew by hand. Right, so they are similar to each other, like this. Okay, I recommend doing it in StatCrunch. It's a bit quicker. All right, so I think that answered the whole question. Draw side-by-side box plots. Okay. Find the interquartile range and compare them. We did that already. So other things that, so if you draw the box plots and you hover over it, then it gives you the 5-number summary information. So if I hover it, notice that it has the IQR, the lower limit, Q1, median, Q3, and the upper limit. And it also has the same for here. Now, when you do things by hand and you do them with StatCrunch, you might get a slightly different numbers for the quartiles or for the interquartile range. That's because StatCrunch might use a different algorithm to calculate it. Usually by hand you just sort of go, let's do it by averaging the two. I made a mistake here. 93.5 minus 72.5 is 21. That's why there's a difference. I think otherwise, yeah, otherwise they're the same. All right, so yeah, just hover over and that will give you the 5-number summary of it. So that's probably the best way to get the 5-number summary. I think you might be able to calculate it a different way, but really just do the box plot to see them. All right, that's it.